Watch Hope More with host Hope Demps on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show created to inspire, encourage, and motivate. Each week, we will provide a dose of entertainment, social commentary, and spiritual insight. This is your opportunity to gain a better understanding of current and important topics from a refreshing perspective, plus creative art, new foods, travel, event reviews, do it yourself projects, awesome guests, and so much more. Catch Hope More with host Hope Demps every week on the Daily Gospel Network.
Particularly my hopeMORE discussion in January, but now we're in February. I love February, not just because it is my birthday month. I'm born on Valentine's Day, but also because it is often celebrated. It's Black History Month, right? We have President's Day. Not that I care about it, but there's a sign called Aquarius and people get excited about the age of Aquarius. And also it just feels like almost everybody who is anybody is born in February. I can't get a hand. So during this month, as I come back for our spring season, I wanted to talk about love. There is nothing better than talking about love, because the Bible says that perfect love casts out all fear. And I don't know about you, but from November to probably January 20th, there has been a lot of fear mongering happening. We had January 6th. We had, unfortunately, deaths of people I knew due to COVID. There's unemployment issues that still haven't been cured. The nation felt like it was falling apart. And now that we're all out of the woods, but I've had to remind myself, perfect love casts out all fear. Perfect love casts out all fear. How many of y'all need some perfect love? I need some perfect love. If you need perfect love, put that down in the comments. Put that down in the comments. So, hey guys, sis, so good to see you guys. So come on. So that's my god sister's daughter. Hey, sweetie. Hi, God sis. Thank you for supporting. So as I talk today in introducing our Love More February, I wanted to basically start off with some of the most positive energy I can give in the next, 20 minutes or so, because I really feel like the reason why love casts out all fear is one of the reasons anyway, is that it makes you focus on something beside your present situation. You're looking around, and when you look around too much, you're reminded of the state of the world, which is often in chaos. But when your mind focuses on love, you can't help but to direct your attention to the Lord, to God himself, because God is what? Love. So we're going to talk about all kinds of love, right? Philos, eros, these are all Greek words. We're going to talk about agape, and we're going to talk about self, loving yourself. So I today am flying solo, and we're going to have some guests over the next few Wednesdays, because remember, we celebrate hope on Wednesdays, not humps. Ain't no humps around here. So I look forward, if you have to hear from you guys. If you guys have a fun love story or something you want me to talk about, or you have a love story testimony you want to share, let me know. Maybe I can have you on this show. But today, what we're talking about is Love More You. Now, for those of you who know me, hopeMORE is purposely written in a way to suggest what may be the most important thing. hopeMORE is HOPE lowercase, and more is MORE, because I wanted to literally have a manifestation that your hope doesn't have to be grand, it doesn't have to be big. It's not faith, and we know faith is also great. That could be a size of a mustard seed. It can move a mountain. So if you have an expectation, a confident expectation that things can get better, all you need is a little bit of hope for more things to happen, for you to look forward to greater. So love more, I sort of did in the same sense. We have love and more in the sense that your love, as long as it's pure, even if it's a struggling love, and we may talk about struggle love later, you can get more out of it. So our topic tonight is love more you. Love more you. Love more you. Can you look at yourself and say, love more me? Love more me. I look at you and I say, love more you. Why do I talk about loving yourself? You know what? Because we have to first appreciate ourselves. And sometimes, you know what? Maybe that, let me take that back. Court reporter, please delete that comment. Is it maybe less about loving yourself first, but we need to come to a place where we love and appreciate who we are. And so I want to talk about how we can love more you. That's right, Maisha, perfect love. Because even the Bible, when using in reference to loving your neighbor, says, love your neighbor as yourself. So here's the thing that's hitting the fan all over the United States, is that the truth is a lot of the hate mongering that's happening and the violence is because people don't even love themselves. So maybe they are loving their neighbor like they love themselves. So we need to get a more perfected or more mature vision and perspective on loving ourselves. So I saw this article from a relationship coach named Jordan Gray. And I just want to throw some of these ideas out and give that person their due. Jordan Gray is from 11 Easy Ways to Actually Love Yourself More. And I started sort of grading myself. So as you hear these, consider where you are on the scale. What can you do to love more you? Okay? Love more you. Look at yourself. Love more me. Love more me. Yes, love yourself. This is a month of love. So before we talk about loving a significant other, our family, or our friends, let's do a little love evaluation of ourselves and how we can love ourselves more. So 11 easy ways to actually love yourself more. Number one is easy. Move often. I say that it's easy. Number one, move often. But we know if you're working from home, this is not often the easiest thing to do, because you can literally roll over, get your coffee, roll to the left and put a laptop on your bed and just work. But scientific proof shows that moving just 30 minutes a day will actually reduce all kinds of long-term health issues that can be eradicated by moving. And so for you, it may not be necessarily the idea of getting out and walking for 30 minutes, but how many of you guys, or it's just me, that you can allow yourself to have a little dance-a-thon working from home or in your office by yourself, that sometimes you just need to get up and move. Literally, we have so much trapped inside of us that is not expelled or used or expounded upon in a ways that can help us until we get up and move. There's parts of our immunity that stay stagnant unless we move. Did you know that? So that's why a lot of people say like the bed drained their strength, because literally there's certain things that don't even activate until you start moving. So love yourself more. Move often. Say move often. Move often. Come on, get up and move. Even if it's just in your chair. Have you ever seen senior citizens aerobics? They may just be in their chair, but they're moving. Number two, care about nutrition. Come on now. Oh, I gotta love myself more. I may be on probation there. After having such a successful weight loss and fitness regimen during the first several months of COVID, I slid off a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta love myself more. I gotta be my own best friend. I gotta learn the Wendy Williams lesson, because then she talk about it, I'm my own best friend. Definitely care about nutrition. What are you eating? Are you eating clean? Is this just junk? Or is it something that's going to actually give me energy for my body to do what it needs to do? Number 3, limit the junk food that your brain consumes. You know what? Some of us had to take a break and still may take much of a break in watching the news. I don't care if it's CNN or Fox or Newsmax or MSNBC. Sometimes you just have to stop watching the news. Give your brain a break. Junk food that can just continue to just bring you useless and fear-based and one side leaning news that can make you happy 1 minute and then sad. Maybe you need to start watching reality TV, because how many people know? Did you know the reality television is anything but real? Okay, but when you're watching reality television, whether it's The Bachelor or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, all of it is really crap. I know for some people it's a guilty pleasure and it helps you escape, but many times it's just a bunch of malarkey, you know? It's just a bunch of malarkey. Hey, Sudie. Yes. Hey, lovely lady. Yes, yes, yes. But isn't it true? Isn't it malarkey? What other junk food that our mind consume? Sometimes we may need to unfollow or unfriend people in our social media newsfeed that only spread negativity. Now, this is something I'm coming to terms with. I've yet to delete or suspend someone from my Facebook who's a friend because of negative comments on my posts or criticisms. But what you can do is just refuse to read them or to respond, especially if you feel like how you want to respond is not glorifying the Father. It's really okay to be like, oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to let you have that one, sweetie. And so sometimes you need to just get rid of the junk food. Can you say junk food? And truthfully, I don't think I have one Facebook friend who's always posting negative things. I don't. So, and if they are, they're out of my algorithm, so I don't see them all the time. And so even if I don't suspend them, there are ways, and I think most of you know how you cannot have them in your general feed. I have family members like that, because I'm like, 1 minute you cussing and the next minute you're doing something else. I forgot we still got happy hour going on, so go ahead and take a sip. Tingling, cling, 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 cling. Look me in the eye. And this is Mountain Dew, brought to you Mountain Dew. Those of you who about to report to my parents, happy hour comes with any type of refreshing drink. So number 4, y'all are making me laugh. Invest in your sleep. Ooh, can I get a witness? I still act like a 5-year-old sometime, and I don't like going to sleep. And because of that, often I fall asleep sprawled out on the sofa any kind of way. And that is not loving myself more. I mean, come on. I need to get in my bed after being refreshed, maybe spray some vanilla or jasmine, and maybe even play some nice music. I know I like to go to bed listening to worship music versus letting like a news channel or late night talk show lullaby you to sleep. Lullaby yourself through beautiful, easy things. And I used to say jokingly, I wish I ate like I slept and slept like I ate. Like I hear people talk about, I'm about to hit that bed and get some rest. And I'm just looking at them like, I think like, I have court in the morning, so I need to sleep 4 to 5 hours to be coherent, and so I sometimes sleep for the task. But if I can enjoy and luxuriate in sleeping, and just eat what I need for the task, I will be more balanced. So that's definitely an area I want to love myself more in. Invest in my sleep. Number 5, be intentional in how you spend your time. Enforce real boundaries. Can we say boundaries? Jesus, be a fence all around my schedule. Jesus, I want you to protect me for putting more and more and more I know he can. Yes, Lord. I know he will. Because sometimes we're like, Lord, this is too much for us. And God's like, you made your own schedule. So be intentional in how you spend your time. Make sure that you have boundaries to cut out things that don't matter to you, invest in things that do. And I think we all particularly can be guilty of that. But in February, I want to refocus and invest my time and be more intentional in how I spend my time, especially where I can. There's seasons where you just don't seem to be able to do that. And as a person who helps manage care for my parents, that's one of the number one ways for your time to just be taken. Whoop, whoop. But even that, the time I do have, I need to be more intentional. Number 6, regularly make time for rest and relaxation. So between your healthy meals and your nice sleeping and your intentional times, make sure that you're doing some R&R. Like take naps when you feel like it for 15 minutes. And if you're like me, you may need to put on your phone because it's hard for me to get up when I try to go to sleep just for 15 minutes. But do that. Take care of yourself. Do some deep soul breathing in your office. I know I have employed this and I need to employ it more right before a court hearing or before I'm dealing with a client who has a lot of different needs and maybe coming at me because of their needs, almost like someone wailing in the water and grabbing onto a lifeguard hard. They're not intentionally trying to pull something away from me, but they're scared. I not only will breathe, hold my breath for 5 seconds, breathe out 3 times in a row, but there's been times I've asked people, hey, would you do this with me? Let's breathe. And so we can both sort of like get into a situation where we're thinking clear, that we're not so panicky. So come on now, rest and relaxation. It could be that. If you like to doodle and that gives you joy, take 5 minutes a day to just doodle. All R&R is not a passport or plane ticket required type of activity. You can do stuff just to do relaxation. Do something for yourself. Lie down on the floor. Take a break. All of those of you who have breaks that you never take it. Take your full lunch hour, okay? Enjoy yourself. Those are times. Number 7, incorporate regular play into your life. When was the last time you were silly and just played a little bit? Some of y'all play too much, okay? Yeah, I know who you are. Some of y'all play way too much. I'm talking about people who don't play enough. Everything's always so serious. Yes, like Sudi, yes. Doodle during a meeting. Come on now, that's a great example of play. But some of us are so serious all the time, we never take a time to play. All work and no play, they says, makes Jill a dull girl or Jack a dull boy. One of the biggest changes is that, prioritizing play, leisure time, whether it's playing an actual game or just like doing something that's fun, like people watching and guessing what the dialogue is. I have a particular friend in Atlanta. We love to like people watch and pretend like we know what they're talking about and just discuss it between us. And it's not really gossip because it's all really just imagination, but take the time to play. I also have another girlfriend, what we would go to? Brookstone. Instead of like making a masseuse appointment, we'll go to Brookstone every so often and just getting all the chairs and trying all the channels to like do self-body massages and feel good. That's playing. You're literally just playing. Take time out to play. Number 8, maintain an ongoing self-recognition list. Like, make your own award show. Hope you did a brilliant opening argument today. Open statement today. Make your own recognition list. It doesn't mean that you have to get on Facebook and take a picture of every meal you make. But for some of y'all, that's sort of part of the course. But do your own recognition list. What are you doing well? Ask yourself, because often we'll say make to-do lists of what you need to do, or what you're not doing well to improve on, but make a list of things you're doing well. And it's interesting enough, sometimes that list is harder to make. I know for me, I'm like, so what have I been doing well? But love yourself more. Make a recognition list. And it's just for you. And as simple as it sounds, it could be like, You could try 2 ways. According to Jordan, who wrote the article, have a place where every day you answer the question, what am I recognizing myself for today? And with whatever thoughts come to mind, no matter how big or small the things that come to you are, write it down. Have an ongoing list where you write down your bigger achievements that are all trending towards some type of specific goal. Like you may want to be a homeowner. And, of course, you think about down payments and different things, but maybe you're like, I need to learn how to manage the lawn that I have or help someone else. That could be something like, I lawn my neighbor's yard today. And that is a small achievement that recognize I want to be prepared when I become a homeowner. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be huge. And whichever one seems less intimidating, you just writing a list of smaller goals, or every day you look in the mirror like, girl, you go, girl, today. I recognize you for not yelling at that person who was mean to you in traffic. I recognize you. You kept your control. You showed the character of Jesus. Do that. Appreciate what you have. Number 9, spend time alone. Now, if you're single or in a relationship or married, one of the best ways that you can cultivate a loving relationship with yourself is regularly spend some time alone. And I'm not saying being left alone, because if you're single in particular, you may be like, I do that all the time. But spend time alone, like developing yourself, developing something that's about you. Because as you know, when you spend time with other people that you really care about, it's not necessarily about a lot of activity, but it's some type of purpose or some type of thing that you get out of it. What do you get out of, I don't know, spending time alone? Taking yourself to a restaurant. And if it's during COVID, look for a restaurant where there's hardly anybody there. But take yourself to the restaurant. Take yourself to the movies. And again, may want to do matinee on a Tuesday, so hopefully there's no one else in the theater. But just do something. Go to the beach. One of my favorite things to do since I returned to Taylor County is going to the beach. And I don't think I've gone to the beach with anybody ever, but to see the sun go down on the water and just really, really spend time and just meditating on how vast the world is and how great God is and covering all of that. Go to, do some activity that please you. I like to travel by myself. Now, I like traveling with other people, but especially if it's notably safe and it's English speaking in particular, I have no problems going on a trip by myself. You do not have to wait for other people. So spend time for yourself. Almost done. Number 10, forgive yourself for past self-perceived wrongdoings. Forgive yourself. Have a forgiveness conversation with you, yourself, and you. Sometimes it's easier to forgive everybody else, but forgive you. Forgive you for that stupid business mistake that you made that wasted money. Forgive yourself for allowing too much time to go between you and a person that used to be friends with. If you can reconcile it, reconcile it. But forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Have a mantra that can say, like, even though this happened, I deeply and completely forgive myself for my actions. I did the best that I could at the time. I couldn't have known better, and I will commit to acting differently in the future. I forgive myself entirely. Now, that seems a little self-absorbed. For some of you, you're holding on to stuff that you haven't forgiven yourself about, and you're sort of like trying to self-punish, and God's already forgiven you, and you may have even made amends with someone. You need to forgive yourself, okay? You did at the time what you thought was best. Number 11, invest in your most fulfilling relationships. Here's the truth. Some of us spend most of our time with the people we like the least, coworkers and colleagues who you don't get along with. You got to flip that as much as you can. First of all, hopefully find a different work environment if you can. But listen, we're in COVID. A lot of change may not be suggested. But make sure the people who matter most, you make matter in your calendar, in your calls. And Lord, this is a great way that I know I need to grow in loving myself more, is to invest more time in relationships that are most fulfilling. That friend that I may talk to twice a year, why can't I at least increase it to a third or fourth time? Right now, even some of my best friends, we use Marco Polo and different things just to stay connected and invest in those relationships. And why does that help you love you more? These people love you, and being around people who love you and investing in people who invest in you and keeping your love well up, they will be the first that will remind you that you are important and you deserve time, attention, and care. And sometimes we need reminding of that. So those are the things I wanted to say, that we can love more you. Love more you today. I pray that you will love more you. And for those of you who may really secretly deal with, like, I'm not worthy, I really pray that God would show you how he sees you, and that you will be blown over that he loves you so much and he cares for you so much that he wants what's best for your life. And all of us have sinned and fall short to the glory of God, but he created us knowing that we will still mess up, but he chose us to live in this hour still. There is something redeemable about you. So love more you in February, okay? Love more you. Well, this is Hope Demps with hopeMORE. And next week, we're going to talk about love more him or her. We're coming up to Valentine's Day, y'all. So you get ready. Please post below your comments about some of the love more you tasks that you're going to do in February. I want to hear back from you about this. And if you have a great love story of loving yourself or loving others that you would love to share, let me know. I would love to share that story or maybe have you on. God bless you. Happy Hope Day. Happy Hour Hope. And I'll see you soon next week on our next Hope Day, because we don't do humps around here. Love you, and I mean it.
Watch hopeMORE with host Hope Demps on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show created to inspire, encourage, and motivate. Each week, we will provide a dose of entertainment, social commentary, and spiritual insight. This is your opportunity to gain a better understanding of current and important topics from a refreshing perspective, plus creative art, new foods, travel, event reviews, do-it-yourself projects, awesome guests, and so much more. Catch hopeMORE with host Hope Demps every week on the Daily Gospel Network. Watch hopeMORE with host Hope Demps on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show created to inspire, encourage, and motivate. Each week, we will provide a dose of entertainment, social commentary, and spiritual insight. This is your opportunity to gain a better understanding of current and important topics from a refreshing perspective, plus creative art, new foods, travel, event reviews, do-it-yourself projects, awesome guests, and so much more. Catch hopeMORE with host Hope Demps every week on the Daily Gospel Network.